It's me, Alex the Dragon Sage, and today we will be finishing the second part to the rune magic list. And just a reminder that these are only findable in the Midgard setting. So don't expect to find these off and some like these are not going to be found at your local player's handbook or anything like that, guys. You can only find these in the hero's handbook. That's right. First, we have the Jara rune. It gives you a proficiency in nature checks, and its first power is a little weird. We're not going to be talking about it, kids, because I would probably get demonetized if I did. That's why this one's blurry, kids. The second power allows you to trace something. If you trace on a piece of wood and there's food and drinks nearby, if those drinks and food are spoiled, they will become consumable and completely safe. And its final power, which is available at level 8, the second one's available at level 6. At level 8, it allows you to use plant growth, which is pretty much, oh, you're trying to get to me? Well, now you have to get through 1,000 giant bushes, normie. Ha! We have the Carnet rune. And this one's pretty much fire, enlightenment, and medicine based. What? So this rune's first powers allows you to gain dark vision and a proficiency bonus in perception checks. It allows you to use it as a campfire that does 2d6 damage when something goes into it. It can burn for up to 8 hours. Nice. You can trace it onto a weapon that will cause that weapon to become a flashlight and deal 1d6 extra fire damage. And finally, you can trace it onto a creature at 5th level and remove a disease from it. So much for... Ha! Nice try trying to infect my friends with some deadly poison. I'm just going to draw this rune on them, normies. Heh. Ukaz rune. Okay, seriously, where did they come up with these names? So pretty much this rune allows you to, first, for its bonus, you can speak water elemental, and you have a better time getting along with them. You can trace it onto a object to make it into a life preserver, pretty much. You can trace it onto a creature's chest, and they gain the ability to breathe underwater at 7th level. And finally, at 11th level, you can trace it onto a riverbed or the sea bottom, and you can control the water. Yup, somebody unleashed the Kraken. Disclaimer, you cannot actually unleash the power of the Kraken with this rune. Although you can do a ton of other stuff like cause floods and whirlpools and stuff. Oh yeah. Daz rune. This is pretty much the ultimate polymorph noper. Its first ability gives you a +1 in saving throws against getting turned into a different form, like petrification or lycanthropy. Its 5th level rune power is pretty much the same thing as the Gehu's mastery power, which is pretty much calming Jeff the Barbarian down. Its level 8th ability, one of its rune mastery powers allows you to cure lycanthropy, and at level 9, another rune mastery power, it allows you to make a bush sentient or a tree. Yeah. Or an animal. We have the Nadiz rune. You're able to, once per day, cast Spare the Dying. You can trace this rune onto an object, and anybody who uses it gains guidance or resistance, their choice. This thing's good, I guess. At 5th level, you can trace it into air and increase everybody's hit point maximum by 5, or at 15th level, for its rune mastery power, you can trace it onto an object that weighs less than 20 pounds, and then as an action you can summon it if it's in 400 feet. This is good, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's probably pretty good. Then we have the Lycanthropin rune. Pretty much you gain a proficiency on your survival checks. You can sketch onto the ground and everyone, a ton of your friends. This takes 10 minutes to do. Gain 1d8 hit points plus your wisdom modifier. It allows you to cast Gust of Wind at 6th level, and at 9th level you can get a creature gain haste, which is really fun. You can also allow a creature to gain the Wild Moon Ritual, which pretty much allows you to make somebody into a werewolf. But if they or were-rat, were-boar, or were-tiger, or something else like that. Yeah. If they don't want to be a werewolf, they can attempt to resist it. If they succeed resisting it, you become a werewolf. And if you do manage to make them a werewolf, and they're unwilling to become a werewolf, they're going to want to kill you afterwards. Yes, I guess this would be helpful if the person wants to be a werewolf, or if you have a really stupid villain. But besides that, I don't really see how this rune's extremely helpful. And then at 13th level, it allows you to control the weather, boy. I am now Zeus, you fool. We have the Ote Lane rune. This one gives you a proficiency in persuasion checks when traced on a mirror or something that you've owned for at least 1 week. You can check on somebody in your family. You can just check in on them, not in a super creepy in any way. You can at 13th level, you can use its rune mastery power to scribe an item with it, and when you die, you can say a specific person, and the item will teleport to them. Yep, that's great. Because players are totally not that greedy. And we have the Preto rune. This is the rune of Loki. Yup. It gives you a +1 on solving puzzles and riddles for its bonus. Its power is that you can cast Disguise Self on anything you want. But if it's 3rd level or higher, it knows how to undo it. With intelligence score. And for its rune mastery power, you can trace it on the ground, and anything within 10 feet of it is undetectable by divination magic. Nice. Loki would be proud. The radio rune. It gives you a +5 on your walking speed. It allows you to gain an advantage on your acrobatics check to ski, skate, or control a sled. Why? Then you can also ascribe this onto a living creature at 5th level, and that allows them to walk on water. Yay! You can also, at 7th level, this does not have a rune mastery power, unfortunately. You can trace onto a living creature, and they can walk for an additional 4 hours before getting tired. Yay! Make sure that pathetic little maggot can actually get to the camping site and not pass out like a little wimp he is. The Slowylo rune. You gain the immunity to snow blindness, which is something in Midgard only, which is like, the snow blinded my eyes. You can invoke this onto a creature, trace it onto a creature, and they can enthrall somebody at 5th level. At 7th level, you can use it to cast a daylight spell, which is just a really big flashlight. And our 13th level for its rune mastery power, you can emit a sunbeam, and you can cause it to blind someone, or actually give somebody immune to blindness. I'm sorry for that missaying. This is a really crappy rune in my opinion. The Tiwaz rune. First, it allows you to gain an advantage on getting scarred. You can sketch into an object and use it to ward off wolves, werewolves, and all those other nasty wolf boys. You can use it to make a shield into a shield and missile attraction, which makes everything attack it. Then you can also use it to calm motion to stop Jeff from killing the Duke and ruining the entire bloody campaign in the name of goodness. You can also use it to use Thyre's Peace, which makes sure that diplomacy mission with the kobolds goes well. Then we have the Thurzaz rune. It allows you to learn Giant, or any other language if you already know Giant, and gives you a bonus on wisdom or insight checks. You can mark a weapon with this rune. It deals 1d4 extra lightning damage. You can apply this to armor, and the person gets resistance to lightning damage, and can and also gains a 2+ to their strength score. That's a lot of strength. And at 8th level, they can use its rune mastery power to cast glint of warding. Pretty much, this is the ultimate. You activated my trap card in D&D. Now we have the rune. And this allows you to get 2+ your strength when it comes to carrying things. You can bear this onto a shield and gain the charger feat, which is pretty much FBI, open up! You can use its rune power to put on the flesh of a living creature and double their strength to bump them up. You learn the Scourge of Hateful Needles ruined at level 7, which is pretty much, I'm going to whip myself and I'm going to whip you too. Oh yeah. And then for its rune mastery power at 8th level, you can pretty much ask the gods for, I want to sacrifice a bowl to you guys, and hopefully I'll cure my friend of a curse. Thanks. Finally, we have the Wanja rune. This is the rune of happiness. Yay! Whenever you receive an inspiration, there's a 20% chance for the second use, but no more, that you get that you can give it to another character. Yay! You can trace this rune onto the ground, and it acts as an animal friendship. Yay! That lasts for 24 hours. You can also, for its rune mastery power, trace onto an object and give advantage to all saving throws with your allies against charms, fear, or domination. This lasts for 10 minutes, and you have to hold your concentration. Yay! Well, guys, that pretty much sums it up for runes. This has been the Dragon Sage, and I thank you for watching the video. Yeet! Bye!